What's up everyone, Soldier First Class here. In today's mission, we're going to talk about who I think is the final boss of Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1. There's a little bit of information to go over, so stay tuned soldiers, it's time for our next mission. Every amazing game needs an amazing ending. Much like with movies, you can have a great beginning and middle, but if you don't land the ending, it can destroy an otherwise fantastic experience. The ending of your game needs to resonate with the fans you just created or the fans you've had for years. That being said, every great game needs a great final boss. With the remake being released across multiple games, each installment will feature its own final boss, but who could be the final boss for Part 1? That's a question that YouTubers like myself and Night Sky Prince and fans all across the world have been theorizing about since the game was announced to be in parts. We've all had our theories, some possible, some way out there, but the one thing we all have in common is the thought that the first part needs to have a great ending and a great final boss fight. The ending of the game has been confirmed as the Escape from Midgar segment by remake producer Yoshinori Kitase, but what we don't know is how that segment will end and who the final boss will be. Will it be the motorball and the peak over the broken highway to the world on the horizon, or will the ending of Midgar be slightly altered to give us something familiar but also different? It can still end with the peak over the broken highway, but maybe a more intense boss fight would suit the ending better. That being said, some people feel as though Motorball is kind of an anticlimactic final boss, and I tend to agree. There's also been heavy speculation that Sephiroth, or Genova actually, will be the end boss. However, I tend to disagree with this idea too, because the mystique of Sephiroth is that you don't really know much about him when the game begins, and I feel like battling a character is a very intimate affair. You're witnessing the power and the destructiveness of Sephiroth firsthand, which is something we don't see until we get to Calm. That's why I don't really see him as the final boss of Part 1. I think a really logical way to end the game is to make this mysterious soldier the final boss. He doesn't have a backstory or a history yet, and he was featured in the Tokyo Game Show trailer with no explanation as to who he was. Then Square Enix made him the emphasis of a recent tweet asking fans who this mysterious soldier could be. There's a large wave of people that believe this could be other characters from the compilation that are just being rewritten to fit into the remake. That's not to say that it isn't possible, but after rewatching the trailer, I have my own thoughts on who this mysterious character is and what his possible motivations could be. The only thing we know about him is that Cloud recognizes him as a member of Soldier, but we don't know if this is because Cloud knows him or if he just knows the uniform. From the tone of his voice and the statement he makes, it doesn't really feel like he recognizes this person. For that reason, it makes me think this is a brand new character, as Cloud would likely recognize a first-class soldier that either he or Zack served with. I also always felt it was weird that we had Shinra, who is the greatest military power in the world, with its Soldier First Class program, and no actual Soldier First Classes chased them in Midgar. Now I know that we had soldier enemies in the original, but none of them were specific characters that we interacted with. It's clear this character will establish his own lore, and it's one I'm excited to learn. This character also seems like we'll have more than just a chase scene with him. I think he'll be important because why reveal him in a trailer and making part of your social media advertising if he wasn't going to play a major role? It also leads me to believe he'll be the final boss worthy of the end of the game. He checks off all the boxes we need for a final boss, as he's already instilling fear in the Avalanche crew and appears to be a skilled warrior. For me, it also feels like defeating a member of Soldier in battle would also be a lot more exciting than another one of Shinra's machines. An enemy with emotions and skill will feel like an enemy fitting of being called the final boss. It also makes sense from a plot development point, because if this character does make several appearances, we'll see his power grow along with our party. Shinra is also already being established by this point to be the ultimate evil in the world. I mean, they even got an entire trailer dedicated to them at Tokyo Game Show. As I mentioned in my political climate video, Shinra has brainwashed its people into thinking they're this glorious world-saving company and have done so many things for the people. This causes sympathy with their cause, and as long as they keep their inner workings behind the scenes, people don't know of the evil that lies beneath. This also caused young men and women to want to become part of the military and join a cause that mattered in their eyes. This explains why Cloud, a kid from a small mountain town, wants to be just like Sephiroth. And even while in the Shinra military, they don't realize the evils they're committing because Shinra has brainwashed them this way. This gives us another character that fights for a cause he doesn't realize is evil. This is why I can also see this becoming a prove yourself scenario because of this. The new soldier is unknown and is in line with Shinra's goals. We've always assumed that he's a first class, but he doesn't have a signature weapon like they've all had in the past. It's entirely possible that this is his promotional test, which gives his character a deeper motivation than just following orders. Destroy Avalanche in Midgar and he becomes a first-class soldier. Maybe he even views Sephiroth as one of his heroes and wants to become a soldier first class just like him. This was the dream of a lot of young members of the soldier program and even the dream of Cloud at one time. This is another reason why Sephiroth is such a major tool at Shinra's disposal and has a major effect on the world. They've used Sephiroth's heroic image for years to get recruits for their soldier program. If they want to be a hero, they must follow orders and become like Sephiroth. This might be the drive the new soldier needs to take on Avalanche. This is exactly why I love the idea of this new soldier as the final boss. When he's defeated, he may live to fight another day and feel hatred towards Cloud and the party. This provides more motivation to his character as he wants to destroy the people that ruined his chances of becoming like his hero. I could also see this character becoming a soldier first class by force. What I mean by this is that the party could defeat or even almost kill this new character. Hojo does what he always does and experiments on his body. He keeps the new soldier alive, injecting him with Genova cells, and sets him loose in the city of Midgar. This would also support my theory about him being the final boss, as he'd definitely become a powerful enemy to take on. It could also provide them with a boss that not only feels tragic to an extent, but also gives them a possible reoccurring character. Overall, it's for these reasons that I believe this new soldier could be our final boss. This boss would give Cloud and the crew the feel of being hunted, and it will also provide a more human interaction and reflection period to the end of the first part. I think this also gives it more of an impact than Motorball ever could. It also saves you from having to sacrifice the mystique of Sephiroth by allowing him to just remain a presence that's felt but not directly conflicted with. After all, the first part is about establishing Shinra as the overall evil, and making Sephiroth the final boss would take away from that. So what do you think, soldiers? Who is this mysterious soldier, and could he be our final boss for part 1? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to omni-slash that like button. Let me know in the comments section below who you think the final boss of part 1 will be. Subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell to join the ranks of Soldier today. And for all the latest Final Fantasy VII Remake news, rumors, and trailers, I'm Soldier First Class, and I'm on to the next mission. Later, guys.